Good morning to lecturers and all the friends. We are from Group 4. The members of Group 4 are Sheng 270337, AIMAN INDAH PUTRI BINTI AZMAN 275531, NURUL NATHRAH BINTI MUHAMMAD NOR 287313, Jingwei 287677, and me, Rojunwen 287700. Event risk management is the proactive process of reducing and removing risks connected to an event and taking measures to ready should those risks materialize. Football is a team sport in which two teams of 11 players try to move the ball into the goal of the opposing team by utilizing any part of their body other than their hands and arms. The team with the most goals scores wins the game. There will be various risks involved in this sport, as there is frequent contact with the opponents, the ball, and the field. There is a chance that people will get hurt. That is why event risk management is needed to educate the public.
Football match is having a lot of possible risks. In the dimension of people, the possible risk is bodily injured or death. The factor of this risk is player mistake on the football field. Second, gang fight, and third, stampede. And then this will cause the player injured while playing football. And also the gang fight is because of fans fight over dissatisfaction with the result of defeat. And the reason for stampede is because high numbers of friends flew through the axis. The guideline that we set for this possible risk is actually we were doing the friends seat assignment. This is because friends are sitting far away from each other's team to avoid a fight after a defeat. The education strategy that we are suggested is promote spirit of sportsmanship, respect for your opponent, friendship first, and the competitor later. This is the slogan that we set for this possible risk.
Hello and Assalamualaikum to KHAAIRUDDIN bin Khalil. I am AIMAN INDAH PUTRI BINTI AZMAN. We'll continue the presentation with the possible risk in football match, which is damage to the property. So the property that a football match usually use are barriers, chairs and stairs, goal posts, benches, corner flags, spotlight, a giant LED screen, and many more. And any possible risk, such as fights breaking out in the stands or fans fighting, punching, or kicking each other in the field, will cause that property in the event to be damaged and at the same time threaten the safety and life of the spectators. This is because the crowds may be crushed and packed against barriers to save their life from the fight that may be used the chairs or metal bars as weapons for the fight. And if fans knock up the sound system or stumble down seats and stairs and even use a knife to cut the goalkeeper's net on the field, or also tear up the playing field itself, it will cause damage not only to the property but also to the event's image. Therefore, to avoid damage to the property, event organizers should minimize the possible risk of injury from sharp objects and also educate the spectators to remind them to be away from hazards and damaging their property. From that, the event organizer will know who may be harmed and how to help them in any emergency. Thank you.
Financial risk includes the event budget and the organization's financial condition. As example, insufficient expense reduction, inadequate budgeting, and fundraising failure. Most of the event organizers' financial losses are due to stadium damage. Usually, damage is caused by spectators' vandalism. Event organizers have to spend a lot of money replacing damaged equipment. Another factor of financial loss is because of the event cancellation. Damaged venues, equipment, weather, and power failure commonly cause event cancellation. For instance, damage to the venue will postpone events indefinitely. Hence, the event organizer must find another venue which costs a lot of money. Spectators must follow all guidelines to avoid damage to the stadium and save event organizers' revenue. Regarding this, the event organizer has to give the awareness to the spectators in order to educate them on how to take care of the facilities provided.
Hello everyone, my name is NURUL binti Muhammad Noor, metric number 287313. Stadium malfunction can be the risk for the systems. So the factors for the stadium malfunction is overcrowded and obsolete stadium. The causes for the stadium malfunction to be happen is spectators that came is over the limit and also careless contractor that do not do the work properly. The reason why the spectators need to follow the guideline is to avoid the stadium from collapsing and also to prevent loss as the stadium need to be repaired or renovated. So, the strategy to educate and to prevent the stadium malfunction to be happen is to find the best contractor for stadium renovation and also to provide stern rules for spectators' limitation.
Next, I will continue to next possible risk, which is fire disaster. The factor will cause fire disaster in a venue of football event is careless smoking, fireworks show, sources of liquid and fluid, and last is electrical equipment and inadequate wiring. The fire disaster ever happened in a football match is because of cigarette, which is careless smoking. If the cigarette end is not completely extinguished when thrown away into rubbish bin, it might occur burning in the rubbish bin. The fire disaster will also cause injured or death, black smoke, site damage, and the match and competition had to stop. Regarding this, to avoid the accident and ensure safety of participants and spectators is the reason to follow the guidelines. The educate strategy about fire disaster is promote the important awareness and indicate how and what to do when fire disaster happen.
Lastly, bad media coverage can be the risk for the image of the event organizer. So the factors is losing team supporter riot and the safety personnel violence. The causes for this incident to happen is the lack of anger management of the spectators and also the inability to control the crowd properly. The reason why the spectators and the stakeholders need to follow the guideline is to prevent the death of innocent life and also to maintain the image of the event organizer. To educate the people, safety awareness need to be spread by using social media and also provide stern punishment towards the hooligans.
Continue to the part strategy and technique used in educate public is online and Instagram filter. Online, which refer to a device connected to network, either it is computer or smartphone using application or browser via internet. The internet covers all the area involved, which means everyone can connect to the internet and online on social platforms. That is the reason why via online is the best strategy in educating public because it can spread the information very fast. Next, Instagram filter is a feature that can apply into photo and video in the Instagram application. The reason we choose to use Instagram filter as a technique is because Instagram is an application and social platform that is very famous and popular among youth. The feature that used in Instagram story will exist within 24 hours and everyone will watch it within 24 hours. This will help to spread the information very fast, which is within 24 hours. As the video shown, that's the example of Instagram filter we will make for educating public about the possible risk in football event. The 6 questions that will contain in the Instagram filter is listed. First is, should people have a fight if you are unsatisfied with the result of the game, especially when the team you support lose the game? Second question is, should we damage the property in the football stadium to show our rebellious energy or when we are not satisfied with the game? Third question is, do spectators know that we cannot damage the property provided in the stadium because it will cause financial loss? The fourth one is, do we need to follow the limitation of spectators in the stadium to prevent stadium collapsing? The fifth question is it spectators can throw away the unextinguished cigarette end anywhere without throwing it into an ashtray or special recycle bin for cigarettes? And the last question is, as spectators, is it true that we need to have to take care of our image, especially our country's name? All the questions will educate the public about the possible risks. That's all from me, thank you. My group member will continue the presentation.
Next, risk management is important in any events. Firstly, safety, health and security welfare. Risk management is to avoid death from happening from bad incidents such as stampede, riot, fire, heart attack or even stadium collapsing. Crowd controlling, detailed tagging, existence of medical and security team can help the prevention. Secondly, unexpected media coverage. Unintended media coverage can give bad impacts towards the host. Spectators and stakeholders need to protect the image as it can affect the country or region too. Lastly, less complications in financial. The more risks happen, the more the possibility of loss can happen. To avoid massive loss, event hosts are advised to subscribe for insurance as a protection.
All events have guidelines in place to keep guests and the event staff safe. These guidelines have the potential to assist in the prevention of accidents as well as the reduction of risk. Before entering the stadium, spectators are prohibited to bring in or carry poison, hazardous chemicals, combustible substances, paints, or narcotics. It is also not allowed to bring in or sell alcoholic drinks, not allowed to bring in or carrying stones, knives, bottles, glass containers, sound emitters, and laser pointers. And parked vehicles must not block the emergency roads. During in the stadium, spectators are prohibited from expressing racial, ethnic, religious, or other forms of discrimination, not allowed to block hallways, doors, and stairs. It is also forbidden to damage any stadium structure, infrastructure, or equipment, and not allowed to throw something solid on the field. After leaving the stadium, spectators have to leave the stadium according to the designated exit. Do not push each other when leaving the stadium. Do not leave belongings or trash inside the stadium. And if parents are separated from children, notify the volunteer on duty.
Various strategies need to be implemented to ensure the risk that could happen will be lowered down. The best strategy is using online platforms to educate the society. The technique is by creating an Instagram filter which can allow society to answer some questions about the possible risks and the importance of event risk management. Thank you.